Hi guys, just back from watching the new Ranveer Singh Starrer 83, and this is what I thought about it. 83 was ready to release on April 10th, 2020. That's almost 2 years ago. While many producers decided to release their ready movies on OTT platforms, Kabir Khan held back.
And therefore we will hold on till everybody is healthy and back and ready to come and watch a film.
Watching this movie in theaters today, I realize and understand why he did that. This movie is a shared experience, an experience that you can only get in cinema theaters. We all know the story of how the Indian cricket team won the 1983 World Cup. It was a watershed moment that changed Indian cricket forever, and it sowed the seed for India becoming the cricketing juggernaut that it is today. For us sitting in 2021, it is hard to imagine that there was a time when the Indian team arrived for a World Cup in England and they did not have a team bus waiting for them in the airport, or the Indian cricket captain cleaning his own whites just because he does not have enough money to pay for the laundry. But these things happened, and it is in showcasing these moments that 83 really shines through. In the first few scenes itself, Kabir Khan is able to transport you 40 years back when BCCI, which is today one of the most influential and certainly the richest cricketing body in the world, was nothing but just another Sarkari daftar. Growing up, I always wondered why filmmakers in India have never made a movie on such an historic event. Making a sports movie, that too recreating an event such as this, is not easy. You dramatize too much, then people accuse you of peddling lies. If you stay true to the facts, then it becomes a bit more boring. If you focus on telling a story of a particular individual, then you're accused of belittling the contribution of others. And if you shift the focus to the entire team, then you run the risk of losing your audience because they don't have a single individual to cheer for. It's a tightrope that Kabir Khan treads beautifully. He strikes the right balance in all the areas, and he does so by anchoring everything to its basic emotion. He lets emotion be the hero. It's a center point for everything that happens in the movie. So rather than getting the external appearance of Kapil Dev right, he focuses on the anger and frustration that Kapil felt when people wrote him off. More than getting the Mohinder Amarnath dibbly-doubly action right, he focuses on the fear and respect that he had for his dad to connect with the audience. While Jiva nails the Krish Srikanth mannerisms perfectly, the focus is more on his fearless attitude. Sandeep Patil's charm, Kirmani's wit, Sunil Gavaskar's aura, and Yashpal Sharma's guts. He also keeps most of the movie on the field. Off the field is mainly jokes, the camaraderie, the audience reaction, and the media's reaction. By doing these basic things, Kabir Khan is able to invoke the feeling of pride in his audience. What Kabir Khan also does is that he does not give you a breather. It is match after match after match. While most of us are familiar with the beats of the final match, we don't know what happened in the matches leading up to it. So in effect, we don't know when the next boundary is coming, the next six, or the next wicket. By sticking to these simple things and aided by the beautiful camera work and a swelling background score, Kabir Khan is able to invoke that sense of pride in the audience. Add to that the performances by Ranveer, Jiva, Saqib Salim, Amy Work, and Jatin Sharma. It's a complete package. By the end of the movie, you're so wound up in all these emotions and you're so invested that when the players run back to the pavilion after that final win, it's difficult to hold back tears. I'm sure Kabir Khan knew that this impact cannot happen on OTT. So I say good call waiting for 2 years. Having said that, I do have some problems with the film. First of all, it plays safe. The movie steers clear of any controversy, like the Kapil Gavaskar rift. The BCC at that time was playing musical chairs between these two as captains. I'm sure that must have had some impact on their relationship. They may have worked it out, but the movie somehow does not delve into that at all. I felt that was a missed opportunity. Number two, lack of any strategic discussions. One of the things that I like about sports movies is when they sit around and devise a strategy on how to defeat an opponent. Like how in Chak De, SRK's character discusses how his team can break a man-to-man marking. You don't get any such scenes here. The strategy is bas jeet ke aana. As a cricketing buff, it would have been really enriching to know how they strategized against, the strong West Indian attack. They defeated them 2 times in this series. It would have been great to get a sneak peek into that strategy. Like one thing in the strategy is the Ravi Shastri element. Ravi Shastri 1983 World Cup played the initial matches but did not play the later matches. That was a strategic decision. Now why they took that could be the tracks, etc. But that scene should have enriched the movie. Point number 3, the black and white. The movie doesn't really explore the gray area. Like everyone is great, everyone is happy with everyone else. There are no insecurities. Like when a person is dropped, he's just very chill about it. A pat on the back and he's okay. Human beings are not like that. And finally, the Indira Gandhi angle, which everyone's talking about, it was just not required. But these small nitpicks aside, 83 works. When people in the theaters cheer, clap and whistle for a match that has happened 40 years ago, you know you've made a winner. So on the binge meter, this one's definitely above average. You can watch this movie with your entire family. Please carry some tissue papers, and fair warning, crying with a mask on is a bad idea. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked this, then please press the like button. If you really liked it, then please share it with your family and friends. And if you're new to this channel, then go ahead and subscribe. I know I've been highly irregular in coming out with videos, but that's all gonna change. As you can see, we have a new setup. The theaters have opened and there's more content in OTT than there was ever before. And finally, I have the time. I promise you that I'm gonna be regular here. There's going to be a lot of content. There's going to be new segments, reviews, recommendations, opinion pieces, video essays, and interviews coming your way. So stay tuned. We're going to take Desi Binger to the next level. All this will only be possible with your encouragement and support. So thank you so much once again. Bye bye.